All right, so what we're looking at is 14J question 1. This is just drawing graphs with vertical translation, so moving up or down. I've got 2 sine 2x minus root 3. I have worked at the period and worked out that between 0 and 2 pi, which is the domain that the question has requested, I need to complete 2 whole loops. Now, what I now need to do is I need to draw in where is my center line. All right, so what I've done is I have marked my vertical axis. Sorry, mark my horizontal axis with pi on 2s. And I'm going to mark this with 2, 4, 6. Minuses, obviously. And then 2 and 4. So what I now need to do is I now need to mark my center line. And in this case is going to be negative root 3. Now negative root 3 is about negative 1.73. So my center line is going to be just above minus 2. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to put a center line in. It's about minus 1.73. So if I put it about there, I now have my center line. So this is negative root 3. So we've got that already. Now what I need to do is I need to find 2 units above and 2 units below where that is going to be. So I can get my maximum and my minimum. So my minimum is going to be 2 below that. So it's going to be about here. So that's going to be minus 2 minus root 3. And then if I add 2 to what I've got, I'm going to be just above where I am. So that's going to be 2 minus root 3. Or minus root 3 plus 2 and minus root 3 minus 2. I'm just reorganizing it because I like whole numbers and I like positive numbers as opposed to negative numbers. Now, the only question that's left is to work out where my graph peaks and where it bottoms out. Now, the important thing to remember is that 2 is going to mean that my graph repeats twice inside my pattern here. And so, inside one single loop, it is going to complete a full up and down rotation. So in this case here, it's going to peak at pi on 4, because it's halfway between 0 and pi on 2. It's going to start here at negative root 3. It's going to go all the way up to 2 minus root 3 at pi on 4. It's going to come back down at pi on 2. It's going to bottom out here at 3 pi on 4. And then it's going to come back up at pi. And then it's going to do the same thing again. That's at 5 pi on 4. 3 pi on 2 is going to be back to there. Down here at 7 pi on 4. And then back to the center there. So I'm going to have a graph that looks like that. Now, problem is that I'm not finished. The question wants those as well. And luckily, there's a way that we can work around that. So I've got the equation 0 equals 2 sine 2x minus root 3. I can solve this, can't I? I should know how to solve this. So if I rearrange this, then I add root 3 to both sides. So I get root 3 equals 2 sine 2x. Divide both sides by 2, and I get root 3 on 2 equals sine of 2x. And got to remember that 0, 2 pi for all of these. So my question for you is, what about what is it normally? Sine of x equals root 3 on 2. Think about your exact values table. What does x equal when it's root 3 on 2? Pi on 3 and 60. Oh, okay, yep, sure, 60 degrees. So it's pi on 3, 60 degrees, cool. But if you think about this, where else is sine also root 3 on 2? Think about your circular functions. So in quad 2, what is that angle there? So it's going to be pi minus pi on 3, which is 2 pi on 3. So we've got pi on 3 or 2 pi on 3 are our answers for sine of x is root 3 on 2. And that's between 0 and 2 pi. So I now have 2x equals pi on 3, 2 pi on 3. Well, if I divide both sides by by 2, I get pi on 6 and 2 pi on 6. Small problem. Is that all of my solutions? So if I go up here and I look at my graph, I've got, I need to be very careful about how I mark this. There. That is pi on 6. And that is 2 pi on 6, which is just pi on 3. But what else do I have inside my domain that I've got drawn here? I have this one here and this one here. So my question for you is, what am I going to add to both of those so that I can get my answer. What do I need to add to my to my pi on 6 and my pi on 3 to get my other two answers for the next repetition of the loop? If the distance between 0 and my first intercept is pi on 6, then my second intercept is going to be pi on 6 from pi. So what is pi plus pi on 6? Is 7 pi on 6. And then I need to do 2 pi on 6 plus pi is 8 pi on 6, which is 4 pi on 3. And then if I go back up, that makes sense. So I've got here, I've got 7 pi on 6, and there I've got 4 pi on 3. And no CAS at all, using only exact values and our ability to rearrange equations. That is how I would solve that problem. Obviously, I would do it a lot quicker because I wouldn't be talking about it the entire time.